why we just play the whole goddamn song?
Can we get a short version to go along with that?
That was the 10-minute. That was like the extended club mix.
Looks like Rock was playing the intro there in his wonderful basement there in the Mountain Chateau. Where are you there, Rock?
I've graduated from the basement. I am now in our beautiful living room. We just got it remodeled. You know, it looks great. I was just playing that grand piano back there. So
you're pretty good at it, Rock. All those lessons you had as a kid were paying off.
I want to make sure that anyone can see this, can see the wonderful names that have been entered here. So I'm going to hold this banner back for a second. So we got
Fink Master Flex.
Fink Master Flex, Meech, and Donuts. You know, keeping it nice and simple.
I'm Meech. He's Donuts.
Beautiful. Well, I'm Jesse. There's Rock, Fink Master Flex. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good. You know, me and Tom are the only Coop representatives here. Everyone else just decided to stay home. Would you call in sick, fellas?
You know,
I showed up to work. Me and Tom clocked in like good employees.
You guys are down for the cause. You know, this is just the best way to make it happen this week. All right, so back off. I'm glad you can make it there. Enjoy all the beer that we have stocked in the fridge down there, including the kegerator. Is the kegerator working?
It is, but it doesn't have Kenwood, so I.
Oh, you're out?
My guys.
All right. I love it.
Wait, so there's a kegerator with no keg?
There's a kegerator in the coop. True story.
Just need to get CO2.
With no keg in it.
Classic. Par for the course. Well, gentlemen, you know, last week we were, in my mind, we were convincing ourselves to get back on the horse because the Phillies had kind of ripped part of our soul out. And this week, though, it feels like we're back. We're completely back. Everybody, I was alluding to myself putting the kids to bed today, and I know that Mark seems to be struggling to do that, which is why he's not with us. But I am here, and I'm feeling good this week. You know, that was a classic battle on Sunday night, man. That was like everything you want out of the Eagles. That was Cowboys.
A nail biter.
You know how many times I said on that final drive, I was like, we have no chance. Like, it's over. We have no chance. And like, I was just convincing myself that we were going to lose. And in the back of my mind, as I'm saying this, I just knew we were going to fucking beat that. Like, I knew that they were going to fuck up and come up like just inches short, like they did like 3 times during that Dak stepping out of bounds. I equate that to when you're in the NBA and you receive a pass and you're out of bounds. Like, how don't you know the dimensions of a football field?
And he had all the
you didn't have somebody like on you. You could have easily cut that court. Like, that's just, you're not aware of your surroundings. You're not in tune to the game. I love it. It was the greatest way to win because then you've seen all the Dallas Cowboys fans after the game. Oh my God.
Got guys crying.
Great. They got lucky. No, this is what you do all the time since I guess the Tony Romo fumble of the extra point hold against the Seahawks. This is exactly who they've been.
Unbelievable. Yeah, those cockroaches.
They were blaming it. They were trying to blame the refs too with them when we ended up having more penalty yards. Like they were grabbing anything they could.
Arm.
That was dirty. That was
dirty.
That was really grimy. I do want to say this though, Micah Parsons, we love you too, and we're ready. And we'll see you in next year? See him?
I don't care about him right now. He might come. He might not.
What are you talking about?
He wants to be here. He wants to be here.
I don't know, man. I worry about that guy. He's kind of half a cornball, don't you think? Like, if he was on our team, would you be like at one? I just think
he's going to demand an entire half of a salary cap. So,
but he's a game wrecker, man. I was watching some of Baldy's breakdowns, highlighting him, and I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't see that in the game.
And I remember Jalen Hurts carrying him 6 yards upstream too.
Exactly.
We don't need him. Get him out of here. He's a Cowboy. He's tainted.
I'm with Finky, baby.
We don't need him, but if he was on the team, you guys would love him. I mean,
all right, yeah, maybe, but we're not saying that right now. Well, he's our enemy this season.
We're good.
I felt kind of like half a fraud because I was listening to Seth Joyner, and he was talking about, he was getting on people for not being up for the game. But I think his point was specifically that there were people who were saying the rivalry isn't as good as it used to be. Maybe saying because Dallas isn't as good and hasn't won anything in a while. And he was admonishing them. And I felt like after last week, I said that I wasn't as up for the game. I didn't feel the juice as much. But
I agree. But up until when the actual game was going on, man,
Right.
I was hyped, and the crowd was hyped. You could talk about leading up to it, but once the game starts, they were ready for it. It was a big game.
Totally agree. I mean, in the stadium, once I got in there, and everything got going, I didn't have any problem getting the requisite energy level right. And that probably has to do with the fact that I went to the game with Radical Squirrel, and we were, prepared.
He's crazy. I love that guy.
You want to know something funny, guys? You want to know something funny? I ended up
Go
at a tailgate that I've never been at before, and I got embroiled in controversy, and I didn't mean to. But I go to this tailgate with Radical Squirrel, right? Takes me to this tailgate, see some guys that are friends of ours down the shore. It's like 40 black tents, like all put to Tom. You would have, based on what we do with our tailgates, you would have looked at this thing and been like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's a very professional setup, like super long buffet bar. Well, I realized it was George Norcross's tailgate, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the Norcross tailgate right now. Holy crap,
No.
It's a legit affair, right? So we go to the game,
what?
all good. Hold on. We go to the game, have fun. Next day I'm talking to my buddy who works for the Eagles. And I said, man, I was at this tailgate in Norcross. It was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that. And he goes, oh, did you hear what happened? And I was like, what are you talking about? Did you guys see what ended up happening with him and his box?
He got booted from the game because he put that
he got thrown out.
half Israeli, half American flag in the
right. And I didn't know that I had been slightly a part of that. I felt like I had been sullied somehow. But yeah, great pregame experience with Radical Squirrel as usual. And we were ready to go.
Blamed for the actions of those who you've been in contact with.
That's right. Yeah. No, I didn't have anything to do with that.
So,
to be clear.
Although you did.
I heard it was all your idea.
The story.
He unfurled the flag.
He brought it with him.
So if I'm taking something away from this story, it's that Radical Squirrel is associates with George Norcross. Is that correct?
Loosely, I would say. Loosely. Yeah.
Did he have this bucket of Fireball with him?
You know what? It's funny. He didn't have his bucket of Fireball with him, but at one point I walked over to the bar and he was there with another guy and they were like, take these shots. It's great whiskey, whatever. And we took a shot and lo and behold, it was Fireball. So I think that's like all that Squirrel drinks. But that's enough about Squirrel. Although I will say this week, part of the reason I'm doing this from home is because we are going to a destination wedding this weekend, myself and Radical Squirrel and his brother Trevor. It's a buddy of ours, Ryan Bonner, who Raj. We're going down there to his wedding in Florida. And it just got me thinking about all types of things unrelated to the Eagles and the Cowboys. But I wanted to get you guys' take because I know Fink especially, he's younger than us. He's been going to a lot of weddings. I want to get your take on weddings, generally speaking, from the perspective of the destination wedding versus the local wedding.
Gives takes. Shout out to your boy who planned a destination wedding during the Eagles bye week. That's heady stuff. Yeah. Like you don't want to miss a game. Like that's good stuff. I appreciate that.
It is well done. When I got the date, I immediately.
Is that coincidental, or you did that on purpose?
That's a really good question.
You can't not do that on purpose.
Yeah, if you do it, just give the guy credit that he did it on purpose.
Listen, we just gave him his roses. We can't take him back.
I'm guessing he did. He and his family, they go to a lot of games, so I'm guessing they had their eye on the schedule when they were scheduling this. And by the way, he lives down in Florida now. He's actually a pilot. He lives down in Florida, so it's actually not really a destination wedding for him. He's got friends from there coming and friends from up here coming. But I wanted to get you guys' take on the destination.
Flying everyone down there personally?
No. I wish. That would be nice. I'd be down for that. But you guys think like the destination wedding is totally like a cool thing, or sometimes do you think it can go a little far? You prefer the local wedding? What are your thoughts on that? Fink, you've been to a bunch of weddings. You've been to destination wedding recently?
No, and I prefer not to just be invited. Don't invite me. I'll say it home. I'll send you a card.
Fink's not old enough to need a vacation.
Man.
Weddings
are always fun. You never want to get invited. When you get those invites, but they always end up being fun.
Go ahead, Meech. What were you going to say?
I've never been invited to, nor have gone to a destination wedding.
Yeah, me neither.
It's none of my friends have ever got destination married or.
And I think this is.
I loved it. We went on one.
I don't think I would mind it. It would be a nice excuse to go away for a few days.
I'll tell you why it was great. It was because you had people. It wasn't a huge one, but you had people, a small friend group coming together from all over the country, going to Mexico.
And you're on vacation. It's got to be nice. Yeah.
You don't leave. You're just staying up there. Everything is there, and you're really able to spend a lot of time with the people you're with and have everything handed to you and served. So,
and I guess technically it's a good way to decide, like, hey, I'm not invited in these people I barely know, and they won't be offended because you have to go halfway around the globe to get there anyway. So.
Yeah, well, I think we've stumbled upon a phenomenon that I guess makes sense. And, with Meech and Fink both being from the Northeast, and I think people from the Northeast just don't really leave the Northeast much.
Yeah, we go to like Jersey, maybe.
There's a lot of weddings on.
I think I've been to Florida a couple times.
Like,
you get right to the likes of Columbus. Come on.
Yeah. So you tell me
that's
you
like
you guys have never been to a destination wedding anywhere, not down the shore, nothing. Like only weddings you've been to have been inside the.
Unless you call like
really.
No, like I've been like
Bucks County
a destination wedding.
County.
Yeah, I've been into like Bucks County, Delaware County for weddings.
Nice.
A little bit of Jersey, but nothing like nothing crazy. I don't get out of Florida. I haven't been invited to one in Florida or anything.
It's unbelievable. I mean,
it's a Northeast bubble. You got to either get out or you don't.
Is a union hall in the Northeast considered a destination? If so, I've been to a destination wedding.
We got 4 of them up there on Townsend Road. 4 of them. Some nice halls too.
Some nice halls, Vic.
The other thing is you have an easy out if you don't want to go. So even if they invite you, it's since it's a destination.
Yeah.
People don't feel as obligated to go. So you have an easy out. That's the other good thing, as opposed to being right around the corner. They're like, yo, what do you mean? They're like, I know you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
what
else are you doing?
You're not going to tell me you're scared to fly or something like that, right? Like you.
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I was
you
down in
will
Florida.
Go places. Okay.
Yeah, I like to go places sometimes.
He was down in Florida. Remember that? Came back all burnt up.
I was out in Key West, man. I was all looking good and tan.
Well, that's actually where we're not going to Key West, but we are going to Key Largo, I think.
What does the weather look like for this week? Nice.
I haven't even looked at it. Listen to this. So you guys are going to laugh at this. There is a white party, and I had to procure white clothing.
Isn't that a little ironic?
Oh, we heard about this. Or at least I heard about this.
Yeah, so I had to procure some white clothing, which.
Did you get the linen?
You know what? No, I can't.
Like a short sleeve office shirt with a pocket protector, that kind of white.
You know what, Meech?
Like some black frame glasses with tape in the middle.
That'd be a good look, man. That'd be a good look. But though, in true rookie sneakerhead fashion, I debated long and hard about what shoes to get, and I ended up getting some Air Force One, kind of like off-white, kind of a nice vibe that I can wear to this, and then I'm going to put in the closet and whip it back out in spring or summer. So I think you would have been proud of me for that, Meech. I was trying pretty hard, probably too hard. So
that's another thing. I've never been to a destination wedding.
Just
and I've
went
never
for the crispy whites.
Meech's never been to a white party either. Hey,
I've never been to a white party.
Bringing things up that I've never been to.
I know. I'm feeling super bougie right now, dude. We got to change the subject. Well, on the note of
bougie,
the white
it's just listen. I'm a very limited guy. I don't leave my area of the Northeast much, and if I do, it's got to be a special reason.
I just realized I'm neglecting the comments. It's mostly Fink and Tom, so I guess there's not much. And Nita, shout out to Nita.
See the comments.
She's always there for us. No. Normally you would see the screen.
I'll be there.
We don't have the screen.
Is that Baywatch?
Do you have a new? Is that a diehard Pigeons sweatshirt?
Yeah, it's not really new. I think it's from
like the Phillies colors, huh?
Yeah,
that's nice, man. It's a nice item.
That's a nice one.
He crushes it all the time.
Yeah, I had one of those on last week. We're just wearing those things out. I love it. We got to get some hoodies made. We got to definitely get some hoodies made. All right. Well, Eagles. I mean, we couldn't.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Prove it.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
Listen, before it's a funny story. Before I really knew Fink, when I started kind of checking this guy out, and Meech was telling me about him, he posted this selfie of him in the bathroom that like surreptitiously got his butt cheeks in the picture. And from what I could tell, first of all,
that used to be like his whole shtick. Like
Right.
he'd do it like 5 times a week, I think.
I'm happy. I'm happy I was able to steer away from that a little bit. That was a.
let me just say this: this kid's, from what I can tell in these pictures, this kid's his butt is like a newborn baby. I mean, there's not a hair on this kid's butt. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. I don't.
Where are we going with this? I drove all the way down here to talk about.
Yo. Pause for a second. Where are we going with this?
It does.
Where are we going with this? Why are you talking about things newborn babies at?
Do you think I have a plan for where this is going at all times? All right. Well, I was going to bring it back.
Let's
to
talk
Eagles.
to this pigeon back here. What do you think about that?
What do you
Give
think
us
about
your thoughts. Tell us what you.
I don't even know how we got onto it, but bringing it back to the Eagles. You know, this
Bringing it back to the Eagles.
I'm bringing it back to the Eagles. This was the ideal setup going into this bye week, right? Because now we can just chill, just get ready for this massive game against the Chiefs. And like by the time we get to that game, which seems like it's forever away, you know, it's crazy here because you have the bye, then you got to wait till Monday night, right? That's like the longest possible wait for what is the biggest game, Super Bowl rematch, Kelsey Bowl, throw it all in there. I'm super excited. And by the way, I want to put this into the air, something that I've been cooking up. We are going to be doing a watch party benefit fundraiser at the Coop for the Eagles Chiefs game. Is going to be to benefit the Make the World Better Foundation. And we are also for that going to be giving away at a minimum, one of the new Philly special Christmas special vinyl records. Okay. So here's the deal with this. It's going to be $75. Okay. But here's what you're going to get. You're going to get beer from Human Robot. You're going to get all sorts of delicious hummus and pita from Goldie. Shout out Tom for hooking that up from his peeps. And then we're going to have all sorts of tacos and wonderful, Mexican spreads from Mission Taqueria, which is a fantastic spot. So you can come, you can eat, you can drink, you can hang out with us. You can watch the Eagles take on the Chiefs. And it's going to be an awesome event that Monday night. I will shortly be getting all the info for that up onto the web. You'll be able to purchase tickets. So follow along, and we're looking forward to that, gentlemen. That sounds like a good time, doesn't it?
I think I'll be there.
You say you have the opportunity to win a Philly special Christmas?
No.
Yeah.
I think employees and
yeah. No. Like you guys, honestly, you'll probably have to pay. You know, and I can't comp a lot. This is for charity. So if you pay, you can get in. And here's the deal. Have you guys seen the new Philly special Christmas vinyl thing they have? It's like this double layered thing. You open it up. It's got this wonderful caricature of them all singing. I think you get both the original vinyl and the new vinyl, which is super cool. So it's kind of a collector's item. You definitely want to get that. And I did hear they're putting out what is my favorite Christmas song. So they already released All I Want for Christmas, which is Jordan Mailata doing the Mariah Carey song. But this Friday, they are going to be putting out This Christmas, which is my absolute jam of all Christmas songs. I forget the guy who did that, but
we're gonna have to do a whole pod on holiday songs at some point.
Yeah, man. I should play holiday songs on my bass, and you guys have to figure them out. Keith W in the chat. What up, boys? Let's see if I can put them in. See, this is what I could do. Now I'm running the show here, fellas. So we're gonna stick them in there. Keith W. What up, boys? Hey, get in the chat.
What up, Keith W?
What up, Keith?
Listen, get in the chat, drop us a line, throw
Keith
you
had
up
that
in the
good
mix.
hat on. What's that? He had one of those.
Oh, is this a normal collar? No? I don't
Yes.
know. Yeah. What up, Keith? Keith's the man. He's always down. Keith, I know you will be down for the MTWB party. I'm expecting you to be there. All right, Eagles, Chiefs. Yeah, but by that time we're going to be ravenous.
Real quick, does anyone know why there wasn't any NBA games on tonight?
Yeah,
like
nothing.
what the fuck is going on?
Election day.
Is that normal?
I think they just started it last year.
Like, yo, the election, the booths close at like 8 o'clock. The games start at 7. We could still do both.
Okay. Two things on that. First of all, you always surprise me. Like you're right on top of this stuff.
Yeah,
Election day, you're very socially conscious. But I actually I forgot to vote, but I went to drop my kid off at basketball, which is where I actually vote, and I saw that there was the voting. I got to vote. So I go in there. First, I call my dad. Anytime I'm voting, I call my dad. I'm like, give me the blueprint here for this. Give me the game plan. I don't know what I'm doing. So he informs me, and I pretend like I'm going to do my own thing, and I will to some extent. But you get in there, and it's not fair to the average person, right? Yeah, there are some races, like the mayor, we know about that. So you get down to the judges. I don't know. I assume you guys all voted, but you get to the judges, and it's like, do you retain or not retain these 30 judges? I have no freaking idea. I mean, there's nobody who could possibly know who these judges are. Like,
you don't retain any judges. You need fresh blood in there. Hey, you can't keep them in there. I like. Listen, you got to keep the fresh blood in the court systems. You can't get any of them judges in there getting too comfy.
I want to do a quiz with you here real quick, Fink, to test the depth of your knowledge of our judicial system. What is unique about a federal judge's position as a judge in terms of their, how their job works and their longevity? I've really set them up for this. Anyone can answer at this point because I think Fink is
forever.
Come on, man.
That's right. Yeah, Fink. Let's go, baby. Forever, baby.
I can't believe you're going to try to stump me on something so easy. Like,
hey, you get that job, they can never get rid of you. Somebody's got to whack you or you got to retire.
And that's what I mean. No retain. Get them out of there. You can't retain them.
Yeah, I don't want to get too into politics. Here we go. Appointed till death, says Matty Market. I think you talked to me.
Matt Market?
Yeah. You talked to me about Matt. He's your boy from back in the day, isn't he?
That's the guy with the. I was at his house with the Pantera Dimebag Darrell guitar.
That's right. You told me about that. That was a great story. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, WV says, here, let me get this up on the screen. I think I can change. I'm betting on the damn NHL. That sounds like when Meech bet on the WNBA, man. It's really rough. Now,
I was looking at shots on goal.
Meech won that bet, though, didn't he?
I did win it.
Okay, tell me this, Meech and Fink. Tell me this: when you bet on the NHL, what is the most popular type of bet? I assume a goal bet is like really hit or miss.
When I bet on the NHL, it's a shots on goal usually. I usually
take like receptions or something.
3 or 4 different guys to get 3 shots on goal, and you parlay them, and it's usually a nice payoff.
Which the Flyers didn't a start yet, and I think San Jose's like 0-10, and their team gives up like 37 shots per game or something. I really miss NBA. So, but if you want, you can get involved in the Flyers same game parlay.
San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, like I'm looking up freaking stats for the Flyers games because I'm missing the NBA so much. I hate this thing.
Man, you guys.
I just like ball.
You guys can just go one night without placing a bet.
Ballers.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know Rock, me, Rock. Okay.
Even I did that, Rock.
Ballers ball.
I didn't put nothing in yet. I just said I was looking at stats. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even open. My FanDuel account must be missing right now. I didn't even open it up today.
Listen to this. We got a comment here. It's not coming up. Can you see it? Oh, no, here we go.
Yeah.
Solid advice from the master, says WV. Now, do you guys know who WV is? I want to know who. No, what are you going to do? Rock, I got bills to pay, kids to feed. All right, I'm enjoying it. Yeah. It's nice when I'm right on top of the chat.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
All right, so
it's probably safer bets than FanDuel.
One of the other reasons that I think everybody is feeling really good right now is your team, your 76ers, baby. I mean, they just keep stomping on people. And I think
48 points in 30 minutes is pretty fucking good, man.
That's insane. I'm sorry for even kidding around and saying I was out on Embiid in the off season. I was just talking shit on Twitter, guys. Not me, not me. But
what the first few games told me more than anything.
29 points in the third quarter.
Ding.
Doc Rivers sucked so bad. Now, it could be a Tobias Harris contract year. I could be fooled. I mean, I've been fooled before. But a Nick Nurse coach team, Tobias Harris has opened up his game. He's slashing he's not just standing there like he's fucking Trevor Ariza or something. He's slashing. He's cutting to the net. He's creating his own shots. He's being aggressive, and they're giving him the space and the creativity to do so. It's really crazy. And the past couple games, Maxey didn't even do shit like for the first half. And then he just took over in the fourth quarter, went on like an 8-0 run by himself and put the game away. It's a really fun team to watch. I'm digging Nick Nurse's system.
Doc Rivers is
I
a
will
piece
say
of
that
shit.
they have
Yep.
Yeah,
Even
one
defense.
thing, so two things actually. Doc Rivers, shitty coach, obviously, but hearing him now on these broadcasts, it just pisses me off hearing him now. You know what I'm saying? He's calling these games. It pisses me off. But
Wait, who did that?
the Sixers have
Tom?
looked good so far, but I mean, we must all agree they have been playing just straight dog shit teams, except for the Bucks in that first game. So,
Well, like
the next game is against Boston. A real test.
Yo, I mean, the teams haven't been that dog shit. I mean, whatever. They're winning games convincingly. It's not like they're.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I like it.
When you
It's
score
fun.
146 points in a game, like you're running shit, man.
They almost beat the
It is
Bucks, man.
good
They
ass.
almost beat the Bucks. So tomorrow night, I think we're going to learn a lot, right? Tomorrow night's a huge game.
Yeah, that's
Celtics. Good old measuring stick.
Yep.
I happen to be attending the game, and that further complicated things. But listen to this. I got something interesting. No, I'm taking the boy and going with his friend and his father, who's a great guy. We're gonna have a good time. Here's what's interesting. So we might need to get some action on this. I want to go around, and you're gonna bet. There you go. Oh, that sounded really good. I would kill for one of those. I don't have one here. Okay, so as a perk,
there's that dollhouse back there.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
Yo, you want to see something funny? I got this.
You don't have a mini fridge and that mini dollhouse back there.
I got the weirdest.
The finest orange liqueur on the
Look
market.
at this. Next to me is this liquor shelf that hasn't been touched forever. Look at this Tanqueray. They're cracking. I mean, this is the most bizarre liquor collection of all time. What's up, Rock?
Oh, get it cracking.
We're not going there yet.
Kids have access to.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna get to that, Rock. But let me continue on the Sixers game real quick because I think you guys are gonna like this. So, as a perk of being a partial season ticket holder, we've got like 10 games, right? We have the opportunity to go onto the court and shoot a free throw, and that's gonna happen tomorrow night. And so, here's what we're gonna do. We got to figure out a way to make this into a game. I don't know how many you get. I know I'm going to get to shoot. Dean's going to get to shoot, and then our friends. But I'm thinking here we got to figure out a fun way to wager. I'm assuming you only get one shot. I don't know. I don't know how this works. But let's just assume for however many shots I get, or maybe let's just say one shot, go first shot. Am I going to make it or am I going to miss it? And the same thing with Dean. You guys got to kind of sign up for that, and we got to put some wagers on the board here in terms of weight.
FanDuel put this on the board.
Is this
tomorrow?
During like a break, or is it like?
I need a single game parlay with Jesse miss and a Dean make.
Jesse miss minus 450.
I'm in on that.
Wow, you guys are hating so hard, man. All right, look.
I want to know if is it during one of the breaks or is it during the game?
No,
or
I'm not shooting in front of 20,000 people. No, it's after.
It's after the game. They bring you like.
Have you ever shot in a stadium like that with the backdrop? Have you ever been?
Yes, because I played, and you guys did too.
Shots. You ever hear my stories?
No, you guys. Okay, time out. You guys played at I think at the practice facility for the thing with Goodhart, right?
Right.
Okay, when I did it the year before, we did it on the court. And let me just tell you,
Camden isn't anything like.
Yeah.
I shot 4 half-court shots to win $7,766. Did I tell you guys that?
When? What?
How much?
At the Sixers?
At the Sixers, 4 times I did it.
Wait,
I gotta find a video for it. I probably have video for at least 3 of them.
And let me guess, you had a buddy and you gamed the system.
Time span was a year and a half. My buddy Rob, I won't give his last name.
Yeah, somebody's doing
but he doesn't work there anymore. But he used to work at the Sixers, and this is when I ran the Fightins, right? And he was a fan of the Fightins, and I was like, "Yo, I'm going down to the Sixers." He goes, "Yo, I pick who shoots the half-court shot." He goes, "So just be around section 104 at this time, and I'll randomly pick."
Yeah, he's like this. How about you, buddy? Yeah, come on down.
Dude, this happened 4 different times. The very first time I did it, you like it's not a regular ball you shoot the half court shot with. They give you one of those balls that feels like fucking it's loaded with helium. It's really light. And the person who told me to go, it was like the 15th game of the year. He goes, dude, we do this. And I think 6 or 7 people get to shoot it. He goes, dude, we do this every game. Nobody even reaches the net. He goes, just launch it and throw it as hard as you can. I'm like, all right. So I get up there, I go, and it looks right on, like dead on. It hits the fucking scoreboard. I thought I was gonna fall off the back. And I was gonna cause a delay in the goddamn game. Like the scoreboard's wobbling back and forth. Everyone's like, whoa! But that just goes to show you how dead on it was. Another one I hit the front of the rim. Another one I hit the side of the rim, and another one I hit the backboard, bounced off the rim and out. 0 for 4, but each one was right the fuck on.
Well, I can tell you this: when we were down there playing 3-on-3, it feels like you're in the middle of an ocean. You know, like that backboard is just in the middle of like space. Now, the first team we played had these like short, out of shape guys that were just banging NBA threes. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's I found it to be very difficult out there. So, look, I don't think it's going to be easy. Keith is telling me that it looks like we only get one shot. I could see myself, not using the knees there, kind of like.
These are tough too.
Do the Rick Barry shot where you go underhand. Like
you're not going to get the friendly.
It's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
It's a foul shot.
Yeah, it's a foul shot.
Do you get anything for making the shot, or you just basically go?
It's the experience, Rock.
Yeah, I don't think you get anything. You're supposed to just
Rock. I think it's like run the bases at the Phillies game if you've ever been to a Phillies game. Like you could stay after the game. Kids run the bases.
Wait, who here ran around the bases when they were a kid at the Phillies game?
I've never done it.
Me neither.
I don't think my parents.
Tom was down in Baltimore.
My parents didn't have the patience to wait with me after the game to let me run around the bases. Same as me. I probably wouldn't have the patience to let my kids do it. So
I got to stay a little later tomorrow. Luckily it's a 7:00 game, so it should be all good. Should be fine. Feeling good. Yeah. So another interesting development. It's not sports related, but I mentioned I was going down to Florida for this wedding, and who here has a dog? Is that just me? Oh, Fink, your dog was right in there.
Yeah, I don't know where that little shit's at.
Me
and him been beefing.
You've been beefing with your dog?
He wants to be alpha dog. He's been tearing me apart. We've been battling.
I love it.
Real struggle in the house, but sorry.
Shitting in your flip-flops.
My dog has anxiety issues.
Eating all my glasses, everything. All right, sorry.
No, you're good. My dog has anxiety issues. He's intimidated by most men. It's a very strange phenomenon. But I actually got my dog from Rock's wife, who fosters dogs, and my dog is from Puerto Rico. Oh, Maddie's saying real quick, we got to put this up. He's saying that adults can run the bases at CBP as well. Maybe we should have a City Pigeons run the bases night. That sounds fun. You guys have never done it, so it would be a great experience, I think.
I'm going to slide into home like Trey Turner.
Pop head up. First. I'm going head. Yeah.
I'm going to wear my oven mitt.
Wait,
let's do it.
We keep.
I always wanted to race that dude, the Flash. You guys ever see that guy, the Flash?
Oh yeah,
I see him.
Up behind you.
I think I'm on the later, by the way.
He'd whoop your ass.
Yeah, I think I could take him. Nah, he gives you a nice head start. I think I'd take him.
Yeah, I think I'd pull a hamstring.
So you guys know I mentioned I'm going to go on a divergence here. I'm going to diverge from the dog thing real quick. Remember how we talked about the oven mitts and my kid wanting an oven mitt for the league that he can't slide head first in? Well, our coach registered us for one of these Ripken experience things down at like the Ripken complex in Aberdeen, which is amazing. By the way, they have like replica Camden Yards that the kids play in with like the building in the back. I can't wait. I'm so jacked up. It's in April. I can't believe I have to wait that long. But the coach comes to Dean. He goes, "You're going to love this." He goes, "You can slide head first." He turns to me and he's like, "We're getting the oven mitts." I'm like, "Oh my God." But my question was, Trey Turner has the little like baby mitts on both hands. And then Bryce and JT's guys have these gigantic ones. Now, you remember I kind of like hedged on the oven mitts because I realized when I watched Trey Turner that it actually allows them to go in like with such reckless abandon, like two hands, 100%. I was like, kind of like understand. So I feel like maybe we got to get two hands and just go bam. You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
I
Nothing.
think
I don't think your kid
you
needs
gotta
2
stop
oven
that.
mitts, bro. I'm gonna be honest
I
with you.
think no, yeah, it's ridiculous. But whatever. If the kid wants to do it, I mean, I told my son he couldn't get them, and then he just took it upon himself to go get them for
Got them anyway.
the season. So
It's
I don't know where
amazing.
he got the money. He probably stole it from my drawer or something.
Nah, it's exciting. I'm ready to go. Oven mitts,
Is
baby.
real
My
quick,
son-
is the oven mitt like the equivalent of the shooting sleeve in basketball?
Yeah, serves no purpose. Like these
Mm,
kids are 1 in 8 billion kids are going
Gotcha.
to break a finger sliding the bases, and this is supposed to prevent that.
Right.
listen,
the oven mitt actually provides more
Got it.
safety than the sleeve.
if my kid like is busting it to second and dives like Bryce Harper with his hands extended into the base full speed, I'll buy him an oven mitt just for that. You know what I mean? I'm in on the oven mitts. So anyway, they're using them
Well, maybe
everywhere. It
that's
doesn't
it.
matter.
Maybe that's the deal. Maybe Dean, Leo, whoever these kids, they have to prove to us that they can do it, and then once they
They
can
have to
do it,
break their finger first.
yes, you
That's
have
it.
to prove it.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Anyway, back to the
I think
dog.
if you break your finger, then you have an excuse to wear the oven mitt.
Over the
But
cast.
until you break it,
Yeah.
you ain't.
So what if you can't play baseball for a couple months?
Sorry, Dean.
Fine. Okay, he's going to get him anyway. So let's just be honest. Okay, but the reason I brought up dogs is because I said I was going on a destination wedding, and it's one thing when you have kids and you're trying to go on vacation and figure out, are the kids going, kids not going, who's going to take care of the kids? And it's like, oh shit, what about the dog? You leave, somebody's going to take care of the damn dog. And it's kind of a reason if you're not like a huge dog person, maybe don't get a dog.
Rock's in trouble. He's getting interrogated now.
Well, here's the thing, because Rock is like Rock is like my dog's grandfather, kind of. He fostered him, and he's helped me with the dog in the past because the dog is comfortable with Rock and his wife to some extent. So I had reached out to a woman that walks dogs in the neighborhood, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll walk the dog." She's like, "We'll have to come visit the dog, and then we'll stay at your house." And like, stay at my house, okay? It's interesting. She's like, "It'll be $80 a night." I'm like, "80? What are we talking about here?" So like, this is a terrible idea. So naturally, I turned to Rock and said, "Rock, can you help me with the dog?" And my dog stayed at his house before. And Rock said, "Yeah, it's fine." But then I find out from Rock that his wife would prefer that they stay at our place with the dog, and it is easier for the dog. There's no question about it. But now I have a scenario where Rock is going to sleep in my bed, and I just, I'm a little bit, I'm just trying to get comfortable with that idea. I think I'm fine with it, but he's coming into my house. In fact, the funny story, we're actually getting some new ones because Rico has. He nibbles here and there, and we put up with it. But you're coming in, so we're getting some new sheets. We're gonna have it all ready for you.
Rock's gonna get the nibbled sheets. They're gonna have holes all in them.
Yeah.
Respectfully, Rock looks like a sleep farter too. So that means your bed's gonna be.
I'm not just a sleep farter. I'm an awake farter, my friend.
I thought you guys would want to explore this.
I have 5 kids, and I'll be honest with you. We rarely ask people to watch them for. It's a big ask. It's a big undertaking, and even for grandmom who loves them, or it's a lot. It's a lot to do for an entire weekend or any extended amount of time. Dogs, in my opinion, are even worse, and this is why I don't have a pet. Is because if I ever wanted to go away for a day, 2 days, I think it's harder to find somebody to watch your pet than it is to watch your kid, because at least you can communicate with a kid. Some pets, they're uncomfortable in places and they don't like people. And now it's like, now what am I going to do?
Jesse's dog doesn't like anybody other than Becca.
And now you're putting other people in a more uncomfortable situation. Like at least with a kid, you can call me and be like, yo, your kid's screaming. Like, what can I do? I give him shove peanut butter in his face. With a dog, it's harder to do that because it's you can't talk to him and be like, yo,
he's
dog.
Allergic. He's allergic.
Be like, yo, dog, what's up? What's up, man? What's your deal? What's your problem? And that's the main reason I don't have a dog, is because, well, there's many reasons, but I would never put it on somebody else to want to have to watch him for an extended amount of. I don't think it's fair to anybody. I think the least you could do is offer up your house if you're going to make somebody.
Yeah, well, Lindsay's here in the chat, and she says she just wants what's best for that nervous Nelly boy, poor Rico, and she's right. Rico could come over to your house, Rock, and have a panic attack and never be the same. So I appreciate that. It's just a question of,
emotionally stunt that dog forever.
Get Lindsay's next
Burrito's definitely got some deep trauma. So, whatever's best for him to feel comfortable while you're away.
He'll never even see it.
Rock, you got to get your wife out of the comments.
The best thing is he'll never know.
No,
that's fine.
I can't tell. Can you?
She's talking about me farting when she's the one that she's probably farting downstairs right now.
Gloves are off. Gloves are off. Ding, 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 ding.
Anyway,
Jess, you just caused a fight, and
back to the dog.
Caused the fight.
Back to the basement.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Back to the dog. The poor dog's got some deep trauma, clearly. So whatever's easy for him this weekend, it's not a big deal for us. We go up there.
You're a sweetheart, Rock.
Well, I was thinking about it.
I don't know what the instructions are going to say, but you let him out in the backyard, I imagine, and let him do. Right?
Are there supposed to be instructions?
I don't know. I got a nasty delay again.
Look, you're going to get like an Airbnb. You're going to stay in a new place. We just had a renovation done. It's pretty much done. We don't have much furniture, but you're going to be fine. Our fridge is broken, but it should be fixed by the time you're here. Like, we'll go over.
Got cameras set up all over the house.
It's going to be
I'm definitely throwing a party, dude. I'm throwing a party over there this weekend. I'm calling the boys up, Bird, Bello. If Radical Squirrel was around, I'd call him up. So,
right.
But you guys want to come over to Justice House this weekend and have a party? How you guys feel about that?
We can have parties. That's what we should do.
Yeah,
we should have parties each night at a different house.
Yo, Rock, I ain't got shit to do Saturday, to be honest with you.
Come on over, buddy. Come on over. He's got a big back. You've been there. You got the backyard. You know what I mean? The trampoline.
We'll do a podcast live from Jesse.
I hope you got a big backyard because I'm putting my boys in it. Whoa.
Bring the kids. Yo, bring the kids. We'll get the barbecue going.
We did also note that I live very close to Murphy's Saloonery, and Rock he used to live very close to there and frequent the establishment, and he's looking forward to getting back into the mix on that.
Yeah, I see PJ's in the chat. Ask him how those Diamondbacks did in the World Series. You fucking
forget the Diamondbacks. He doesn't sports. You can't let him troll us like that.
You fucking fake baseball fan, PJ.
By the way, I made it clear to Creative Outfit that for the tailgate that's coming up, that PJ is banned. That he is not allowed to shoot the tailgate. And just so everybody knows what I'm talking about real quick.
That means somebody else is going to deliver too.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure it out. PJ struggled with the whole logistics of a tailgate and parking lot. I don't know if he's ever been to a sporting event. I mean, from a lot of his comments, it doesn't seem like he has.
He's owning it. He's owning it, though. Give him help.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it's like I can't get in. I'm like, I don't know, man. You gotta go down every once in a while. But we'll figure out a way to jump him back in and let him come down. But we're talking about the Buffalo Bills game, which is going to be huge. It's funny.
My dad's back is hairy like a buffalo.
Okay. Yes, that is a rap line that references buffaloes, and we appreciate that from you.
You guys remember that commercial? It's from like 1993.
No, I just assumed it was a rap line.
I think it was when Domino's. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but Domino's introduced buffalo wings in like 93 or 94, and these kids were sitting around. They're like, how do buffaloes get wings? And another kid asked another stupid question, and the little kid goes, my dad's back is hairy like a buffalo. And it never left my fucking. Somebody Google that and see if that's a real commercial or if I just made that up in my head.
I think honestly, 1 to 3 times an episode, you reference some obscure thing from like so long ago that like a very small subset of people.
Now imagine how many times that happens in my head by myself during a day. That's like my head is all it does is remember old references, and I hate it. I want to get out of this head.
Yeah, it's just like a time capsule that just like opens up every now and then and pops out of a random old school memory, and I appreciate it.
From now on, I won't reference anything ever again. I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask you guys though, if you had
I love it.
if you had a friend stay at your house, is there anything like weird or unique about your house that you'd be like, oh geez, like I kind of gotta explain it to him? Like I'll give you something that's kind of stupid, but we have like, and Tom can probably test this, and Meech too, of course. When you have kids, like a lot of the projects you want to get to, like fixing stuff, they just like fall behind. Like our bathroom, there's lights in our bathroom that don't work, that haven't worked in so long, and like
I don't know anything about
I have no
that.
idea. No idea.
Sorry.
Rock,
I had a
for
hole in
better
my
or worse,
base.
I have a Peloton in my bedroom. So if you feel the urge to get on the Peloton,
So you have a clothes rack, an extra clothes rack.
I might get. I might hop on there on Sunday morning and get warmed up before football. You know what I mean? Get a little loose.
Yeah.
Oh, you playing Sunday
Don't be
morning?
embarrassed, man. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. Whatever is going on in your house, I'm sure it's fine. We're not going to look at you any differently if I find your butt plug underneath the bed. Make sure you pick that up.
No,
I'm not going to look
kink
at you
shaming.
differently. Whatever.
No
Good,
kink
buddy.
Wow. I think that's the first time that phrase has been used on this program.
Congratulations.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be frank, but thank you. Thank you so much for that.
My mother's watching.
Oh, Meech, you know,
She's
we
gonna
did
call
it.
me again.
Is it
All right.
birthday?
No, it was 2 days ago. No, yesterday, the 6th.
I've lost
Happy
track
birthday,
of time.
Mama Meech.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama Meech.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you.
week, and all these guys are getting some well-deserved time off, right? And I think I heard on the radio that they have off till next Monday, right? The coach gave them off till next Monday after the game on Sunday night. And I wanted to ask you guys, if you're an Eagle, you know, you're 8-1, and I assume you got to plan this ahead of time, or maybe because you have enough money, you don't have to. Where do you go? You know, knowing that you're in the middle of a season that, you know, you probably do want to get away, but at the same time, you don't want to go like too crazy, you know. Where do you go? Do you have to go somewhere where you can put your feet in the sand?
I think it all depends on the player that you are.
Do tell. I don't know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like
I think if you're one of the
Wildwood, New Jersey,
if you're one of the leaders, I think you should probably stick around and set an example and, like, you know, put some work in, put a little extra film time in. I mean, get your days off, enjoy yourself a little bit, loosen up, relax a little bit. But I think if you're one of the leaders, one of the captains, one of the main guys on the team, I think you should probably stick around and set an example, set that like winning atmosphere up. Like, you know, we're here for business. I know we got an off week. We can take a little time off, but we need to handle some business. But I think if you're one of these, like, you know, fringe players, you can take a little trip, maybe go play some golf somewhere warm, maybe go down to the beach, enjoy yourself, because you ain't getting any games anyway. I'm not drunk again, by the way, Squirrel.
So Rock, what if you were Jake
Squirrel's always
Elliott?
hating.
What would Jake Elliott
He's
do?
probably drunk. Well, Jake Elliott, he has one job, and I think his job is pretty mechanical, pretty robotic. He could probably go to the beach in between his kicks, if I'm gonna be honest with you, and still come back and make them. So if I'm Jake Elliott, I'll maybe go on a golf trip or something.
Out.
See, if
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta be careful
an
playing
Eagle during my bye week, all I do is take it easy and stay home and enjoy my time off, because you have plenty of time during the off season to go on vacations and nonsense, and it's not worth doing it during your bye week. If I was an Eagle, I would relax at home with my 5 kids, future Eagle kids, and my beautiful Eagle wife.
I would go to Parks Casino. TARX Casino, 1-800-BET-PARKS. I would just enjoy I'm with Beach. I would just enjoy myself at home, just have a good time. Like, you got to just rest up, get ready for the rest of the season. Yeah, it's still business. The
season is too much
playoffs.
I think you guys are off, man. I think most of these guys hop a flight, dude, and they're down in Miami or Bahamas or
that's where they should be.
It's going to be, I think, 70 in Philly on Wednesday. Just stay home.
We got a good suggestion here from Tim
Meech, when was
White.
last time, have you been to Miami?
Yeah, but see, when you hop that flight and you go down to Miami and when you hop that flight and you go down to Miami, you're down there with the BBL women and the sun and the bullshit. You start losing a little bit of focus.
Trouble
I think you need
happens.
to stay around, maintain the focus, relax a little bit. But yeah, you just need to stay where you're at and just
related note.
Keep it going.
Tim White in the chat says, "Head out to LA for a weekend with Harden. What could go wrong?" It's not a bad idea, man. It's not a bad idea.
Speaking of Harden, those bums already look like dog shit. One game in already with a loss.
Radical Squirrel says, "Jess." Wait, let me put this up. No, I'm having too much fun with the chat. The chat's the best part about this. You guys are just okay. Radical Squirrel says, "Jess, should we meet up with them in Miami this weekend?" This guy has been on. Oh yeah, I forgot he's referencing that we're going to Florida. Not a bad idea. This guy's been on a binge, the likes of which you've never seen. I mean, he's been going to sporting event after sporting event, and he always answers the call. He's an excellent. He's an excellent wingman. He's an excellent wingman, I've got to say. Kind of like how Fink is always at all sorts of sporting events these days. You know what I mean?
And help him break down after the podcast, that kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah. No,
by the way, I just got the skin snapped back into my finger. I don't know if you guys remember when we broke down the last live podcast. There's 6 different spots you have to break down that tent, and each one
can get you
kind of thing. Well, mine, the thing got caught in the webbing between, and it was stretched out like about this high. It was fucking disgusting, and it hurt really bad.
You got to really watch your hands when that
it came down on it, man. It's like slamming your hand in a car door or something. It was painful.
Now, I feel that pain right now.
I don't think that
I remember that. It could have been a lot worse though. You could have lost a finger there.
It was pretty goddamn bad. I think I unplayed it a lot. It hurt a lot worse than what I was letting on.
I don't know that I properly got all the way.
You could tell. You could see it in your face. You were like, I was like, ooh, that hurts. And I know that hurts.
Yeah.
Maybe Rock is on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got this delay. I'm just going to be quiet from now on. I got bad.
Why do you always have a problem? Anyway, no, I don't think I properly did justice to the fact that we are going to have this tailgate for the Buffalo game. So everybody needs to come down because we're going to have, as I understand it, I'm going to make promises that hopefully I can keep. In addition to the usual suspects, Fink's hoagies, which are delicious, and I like to throw them to the opposing fans. I'm very nice. The opposing fans and the home fans, I throw them to them while they wait in line to go to the bathroom.
That was fun.
We have Fink's. We're going to have Kenwood, as we always do. We're going to have an interesting addition. We're going to have bottled the Bird Gang whiskey. You guys are familiar with this, right? You've seen this on the internet. The
whiskey.
Yeah, the Bird Gang whiskey. I know, Nietzsche, you will not.
I would never. I would never do whiskey.
Yeah, we're going to have some whiskey, and then we're going to have some pretzels, and we're working on a really solid connect for some wings. So that's going to be a great time. And that's a 4:25 game. So we'll probably be getting that off and going pretty early, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Come on down, hang out. We're going to spin up the podcast, and hopefully our generator is going to work this time, but we'll figure it out. It's going to be totally fine. But
will you jet through a table?
It's funny. The table thing I've been thinking about a lot, and it's obviously a natural thought process when you want to produce some great content. You've got the Buffalo Bills coming to town, but I think we agreed on this, and we don't have Mark with us, and I don't think he's here
sorry, just Rock's little square right there looks like a stand-up about to come on stage. And here he is doing his first stand-up for Comedy Central, Rock Matthews.
Yeah.
Tomatoes at him.
Man, I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired. I'll tell you what.
Radical Squirrel has the right idea here with the fireball bucket. I think we agreed, though, when Mark was involved in the conversation.
We need the fireball keg, fellas.
But listen, Rock, just chill on your delay. You got to chill for a minute. If we we encourage any sort of table jumping, then the liability issues are just very difficult. So we're not going to encourage any table jumping. If you happen to show up and you want to jump through a table and assume the risk of any injuries related to that decision-making, that is up to you. We do have tables. I do just want to point out we've got a couple folding tables. So
if you want to light it with lighter fluid and have us set it on fire and then jump through it. That would also be acceptable, but you might have to sign a waiver.
And that's how you win the pair of tickets that Jesse's giving away for the Eagles-Bills game.
If you light yourself on fire with lighter fluid and jump through the table, I'll give you.
No, you don't light yourself on fire. You light the table on fire.
That's right.
PJ's gonna do it.
And then you do the jump through the table, which is on
PJ
fire.
does it. I feel like if PJ did it, it would be some like weak ass thing.
The table wouldn't break.
If PJ does it, I want to see one of those where either he misses the table or like bounces off it. You know what I mean? That would be ideal. But if he does do a table jump, maybe we can let him back into the mix. That seems like a fitting way to get back. We'll have to think about it. We will have
PJ, you're in trouble, bud.
No, but I'm excited. We got some awesome stuff coming up. We got this little kind of a time to just rest on our laurels a little bit
Yeah, I
here
can't wait.
with what's going on with the Eagles. We get to see how the Sixers do against the Celtics.
And you give me a few shots of that Bird Gang whiskey, and I'll probably jump through a fucking table myself.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Noted. And you got college basketball firing up here, Meech. Do you ever throw any shekels on the college basketball action?
I don't, because I can't put props on it. You can't bet props in college basketball or football in Pennsylvania, so I stay away from it.
Okay.
I'm
Just
not
go
a
across the
big
bridge.
college sports fan. I used to be a bigger fan when I knew the top players, and
It's very hard. I mean, there's just
All the
so
top
much
players
going on.
Like,
or they're one and done.
Right,
I got no time to get. Once it's here, introduce yourself, and next thing you know, he's not in the NCAA anymore.
or
So.
they're transferring to a different school. And
It's hard to follow. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, a lot of really good things coming up, and we'll be able to get a report next week on any weird idiosyncrasies that Rock picks up on staying in my house. Hopefully, I'll come up with some good stories about that, to talk about. And
Hide the butt plugs, buddy. Hide the
we'll
butt
talk Saturday night.
just like he must have those because he's talking about it so much.
I told
Weird.
leave him alone, man.
We do not kink shame in 2023, okay? If he does, you
Hide
do. Enjoy yourselves.
Hide your red thong that you fucking wear on game days.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, it
He
should be
probably has
good.
the
And then,
great,
guys, I know I'm going to come back from this wedding with a couple stories. Okay. So I'm very much looking forward to
You're
that.
going to be
I see it's
wishing.
gonna be-
You're going to be wishing you never got a dog when you come back from this wedding.
Yeah.
85.
know.
It's going to be 85 and sunny on Friday in Miami for you.
Booyah. I'll be sweating.
You ever see that movie Project X? Anybody ever see that movie Project X? Like the big party movie. There's a huge
Yes,
party.
Rock. Yes, Rock.
That's what's going down this weekend on.
I didn't, but I watched the movie.
You're not
The Mummy.
supposed to tell him.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
when this show's going off the rails. But I watched the movie The Mummy today with Tom Cruise, not the Brendan Fraser one. Did you ever see? I didn't even know there was a movie called The Mummy with Tom Cruise. It was one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my goddamn.
Why would you watch that?
Tom Cruise is a hack himself.
Because it was like 8:00 in the morning, and I was working from home, and I was searching through Netflix, and it was like a top 10 movie. I go, and I seen Tom Cruise. I go, I never heard of The Mummy with Tom Cruise. He's the man. Let me check it out. This movie should have been played by some random action hero who sucks. Like it was not a Tom Cruise movie. It was so.
You
good.
love Tom Cruise.
He's a great film actor.
No, he's not. He stinks.
Oh, come on.
He's better than Tom Hanks, I'll tell you
No,
that.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Can I leave? Can I leave this?
86, Rain Man and The Color of Money were my two favorite movies.
This is like when you're hosting the Zoom and you want to end it, but you know it'll end for everyone
That's
else.
what I
Like,
mean.
I'm trying
This
to
is
leave
where I
this.
shine.
You guys-
I wish the entire
Keep it running.
podcast was the last 3 minutes
what we
to
need
where,
we
to where I
need to get
just
those
talk
cameras
fucking
up. We need to
nonsense
get the
that
cameras
nobody
up.
gives a shit about. This is
I
my
care, Meeks.
favorite
Throw something
part.
else back out at us. What's your favorite color?
You. I don't have a favorite
Lavender.
color.
I also just want to point out,
Lavender.
Who's your favorite color? Nobody.
look at Fink. He's such a fraud. He looks like he's like some professional media person because he's like squatting in Devin's studio where she actually
By the way,
has legitimate
do you
shit.
know why
He
I
gets
had to
paid
come
for it.
Do you know why I had to come down to the coop tonight? We're all filming remote. There's no reason for me to be down here. This is like a half hour away from my house. There's so many kids in my house. I couldn't find a room to go to at 8:00, 9:00. to where I would be able to film myself without any interruptions.
Yep.
There's not one, like I couldn't have gone to the laundry room. I couldn't have gone into the garage. I couldn't have gone to the backyard. Like there's nowhere I can go. I have to leave my residence completely and head down to the coop.
Should just sat in your car like PJ last week and did the
I could have
podcast
done
from there. Yeah. In
Squatter.
the dark from a Wawa parking lot.
Yeah, well, it's not bad to go to a basic kind of clubhouse that has a bunch of beer in the fridge and meet up with Tom. That doesn't sound so bad, all right, Meech? So you got your reasons. All right,
But
well,
I
look.
had to leave my house and family. Look at you. You get to log off and go play in the dollhouse.
Turn around and
behind
play.
you.
You don't even have to go. You don't have to leave.
You could just play in the kids'
turn
room
around and start
as
playing.
soon as you're done.
I got my stick
have to
back
drive
over
home.
there too. You see the sticks? Oh gosh, well, now you can't see them. Anyway, point is this: lot to look.
We had a
forward
point to this show.
No point. But very excited.
It was Tom Hanks sucks.
PJ is logging in from every different character that they do work with right now. We should screenshot this and send it to all the people that he worked for and get him canceled. Okay. All right. Well, on that note, we'll pick up where we left off here next week. And guys, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad we can make this happen and psyched for everything that's going on and should be a fun weekend coming up. I think you're scaring me.
What's everyone else's plans for Sunday? We doing pumpkin patch or some shit? I don't know.
I'm going to the Sons of Italy Mayfair Tacconi meatball contest and spaghetti dinner night.
That sounds delicious.
Nope.
Where's
Yo,
this?
Fink, I'm not lying. When I was 18, 19, Sons of Italy is where I used to have to meet my bookie every week to pay him off.
Don't say any names because he probably still lives in
I ain't saying a
Tacconi.
word. He's not involved anymore, but I still know the guy. The one time I went down there, I'll tell you this. Here's a little tidbit because no one's watching this episode an hour and 1 minute into it. I used to go to the Sons of Italy in Mayfair to pay my bookie all my gambling debts. And the one time I went in there, and this is right when he got hired at Villanova, Jay Wright was in there. They were treating him like a fucking king, feeding him meatballs and giving him and I didn't know who the fuck he was. They were like, that's Villanova's new coach. He's really smart. He was a young guy, and yeah, he was part of my
Hustle.
Maybe
Jay Wright was in there paying off his debts.
And this is how we start Jay Wright's downfall. Thank you, Meech. I needed this. I needed this.
He's retired anyway. He's probably betting. Right
Okay,
now.
I'm still. I'm gonna ruin his character. He is done now.
I may just leave
Tell
my
you what,
computer
though,
running.
Sons of Italy meatballs are top notch.
Meatball contest. I heard our city councilman Mike Driscoll might be a judge there.
All right,
That's what we're doing on the bye week.
let's go.
All right, get out of here.
Hey, I love you guys. We'll catch up soon.
Damn, I
Over.
killed it with this spaghetti
I put
dinner.
you at you.
Everyone's like,
I'm gonna
everyone's
update you
like, good
guys.
stuff.
I'll try to get some footage of the free throw tomorrow
Play the
night.
short version
We'll
of
see
the
how it
outro.
goes.
Yeah,
Right.
play the extended club mix of the outro.
All
I want
right, let me
15
get it.
minutes.
You got
I'm in.
Bye.